Right now, a group is organizing with the goal of recalling Madison Mayor Santia Rhodes Conway. We'll tell you what steps they still have to take.
And as coronavirus numbers spike over the weekend across Wisconsin, some professors are second-guessing UW's plans to reopen this fall.
We have been hot and steamy for a while, but could our thunderstorm chances be on the increase? I'll have that in your First Warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
And good Monday morning, everybody. Coming off of a long July 4th holiday weekend. Appreciate you tuning in. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchide. Josh has the morning off. He took a little bit of a long 4th of July holiday. How was yours?
It was great. Got to shoot some fireworks with the kiddos, see some family.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot.
Oh, it was steamy. We canoed, so I was near the water at all times. That weather's not going away.
No, we have more alert days in the forecast too, so be prepared for that.
Yeah, let's get right to Chris Reese with our forecast on this alert day, and it's not the only one in the forecast, Chris.
It is not. It's one of 4 more alert days that we have in the forecast, focusing on primarily the heat and the humidity. There are thunderstorm chances, but none of those are expected to be severe around here. We're starting off the morning warm already. Temperatures are at 69 degrees. The air is not moving. We have not had any kind of breeze all weekend long. So just stagnant, hot, and muggy air. That has been our forecast. That continues to be our forecast. We're waking up in the upper 60s. A lot of us are into the low 70s. Waukesha's at 70. Good morning. Janesville, Beloit, Milton, everyone in Rock County. Good morning to you guys. You work your way over towards Evansville and come up towards Oregon. Temperatures are still right around that 70-degree mark. Dew points are also in the upper 60s to right around 70. Here's how that feels, okay? This is beyond the bad hair day. I've had them all myself as we've gone through the past couple of weeks. This is now just uncomfortable to tropical when it comes to what we're dealing with outside. No showers or thunderstorms out there. You're seeing these returns on the radar, but the skies are oddly enough clear. The only actual shower or thunderstorm in Wisconsin is up around Black River Falls right now. We're also seeing a lot of lightning throughout southwestern Minnesota and into eastern South Dakota. But I want to put things into motion as we go through the day. This is 10:30 in the morning. Watch how quickly we begin to toast on up. We get you towards 2 o'clock. Temperatures are right around 89. And at that point of the day, we still have at least some warming to go. But some showers and thunderstorms, they begin to pop on up. Here we are at 91 later on this afternoon. We're cooling down towards 70 tonight. Then tomorrow, we'll actually see a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms. This is 3 o'clock here. You'll notice the showers and storms begin to form at that point. They're going to stick around. We're now at 4:30, and we're still seeing some of those as temperatures are into the low 90s tomorrow. Eventually, they begin to roll on out of here. Better thunderstorm chances come our direction again on Thursday. I'm particularly interested in Thursday if you have been needing some rain. We'll see about that. 87 for Saturday. Next Sunday will be the coolest day of the forecast at 85. I feel like I'm telling the weather in Houston when we talk about cool downs to 85.
Do you know where we are? This is Wisconsin.
Let me check the calendar. I'm kidding.
That's a fair point.
I was like, my Google tracker, where? it's
Wisconsin in July, you're right.
I know. It's the upper Midwest, but that's why I'm here. We get all 4 seasons, so yeah.
Silver lining.
I won't complain about it.
Chris Reese, thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, 6:03 now to our other top headline. Wisconsin health officials are hoping to pass along better news in just a few hours. That's after announcing more than 1,200 total cases of coronavirus over the weekend.
So 522 new cases were confirmed yesterday across Wisconsin after a single-day record of 738 cases were announced Saturday. It's not just the total number of cases that are spiking, it's the percentage of positive tests as well. 10.4% of COVID tests came back positive in the last 24 hours after the state had been averaging closer to 4 or 5% last week.
This summer surge has some faculty at UW-Madison worried that campus can't safely reopen in the fall. The results of a survey taken last week show nearly half of the instructors who responded are not confident there's a way to safely reopen campus. 1 in 5 say they're high risk for the virus. Almost 60% think all instruction should be online only. Last month, the university said some courses will remain online only in the fall, but in-person classes would also be offered. Students will be required to wear masks indoors at all times.
Professors at the UW aren't the only ones worried about the fall. NPR says more than 800 faculty members at Georgia Tech signed onto a letter outlining their concerns. The state of Georgia is seeing a bigger outbreak of the virus than Wisconsin right now, with an average of more than 2,000 cases a day. Georgia's plan for universities encourages people to wear masks but does not require it like UW does.
Tributes are pouring in this morning to honor Broadway star Nick Cordero, who died last night following complications from COVID-19. The Tony-nominated actor was just 41 years old. He'd been in the hospital since late March due to the virus, suffering from mini strokes, blood clots, and infections. He had to have his leg amputated for one of those infections. Cordero was known for his roles in Bullets Over Broadway, Waitress, and A Bronx Tale.
Tragic. So the Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly shutting down their practice facility after getting their latest round of COVID-19 test results back. We don't know which, if any, players tested positive, but ESPN reports the team's going to close the facility down. The team is scheduled to travel to Orlando Thursday as the NBA prepares to restart its season later this month. So baseball's comeback could still be facing tough challenges from the virus. The Milwaukee Milkmen are an independent baseball team that started their season just a few days ago, and they've already had to cancel a game because of COVID-19. The Milkmen were scheduled to play the Chicago Dogs yesterday, but the game was canceled as teams were warming up due to a player testing positive for the virus. Unlike Major League Baseball, though, the Milkmen allow fans in the stands for games, but they don't think anyone was exposed.
Meanwhile, Major League Baseball expected to release its shortened schedule today. Members of the Brewers reported to Miller Park over the weekend to start summer camp workouts. The team says none of its players tested positive for COVID-19 during intake testing before camp started. So far, no Brewers have opted out of playing due to COVID concerns. The players are going to be tested every day, and they will be quarantined if they test positive. A professor at UW-Milwaukee is responding this morning after making national headlines for her comments on a Facebook post. Senior lecturer Betsy Scheller wrote last week, quote, "Sexual harassment is the price of admission into the good old boys club. If you're going to cry like a snowflake about it, you're going to pay the price." That's in reference to an article about Vanessa Guillen, a U.S. Army specialist who filed a sexual harassment complaint before going missing. Her remains were found at Fort Hood after investigators say she was bludgeoned to death. Scheller now walking back her comments, saying they were taken out of context. In her new statement, she says, quote, "No one deserves to suffer the violation of sexual harassment under any circumstances." Guillen's remains were identified over the weekend. The man she accused killed himself after a confrontation with police on July 1st.
Here at Madison, a group is looking to recall Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway for the way she's handled the protests. The Facebook group called Recall Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway has about 300 likes. They accuse the mayor of abuse of power and criticize what they see as indecisiveness on how to handle the protests Madison has seen now for more than a month.
We have a situation. Many of the residents in this city are happy, feel unsafe, and you can't blame them.
So to recall the mayor, the group would have to file a petition with the State Election Commission. They have yet to do that. Now, if they do, they would have 60 days to collect about 36,000 signatures from people in the district. Those signatures would then need to be verified. We did reach out to the mayor for comment about this group, and here's what she had to say. "I am focused every minute on doing the job the people of Madison elected me to do, and I am not going to be distracted by a small group of people who want to divide this community."
The Cleveland Indians say they are looking into possibly changing their name in light of social justice protests, bringing more awareness to racial equity. The team has been known as the Indians since 1915, but have heard calls to change its name in recent years. The team stopped using Native American imagery in its logos back in 2018. Now it says it's evaluating its options in renaming the team altogether.
And there's also several reports out this morning that say that the Washington Redskins are closer to changing their team name. Last week, stadium sponsor FedEx called on the team to make that change. So among the possibilities for a new team name, the Warriors, which would honor both Native American culture and the U.S. Armed Forces, or the Red Tails, referring to the Tuskegee Airmen, the group of African-American pilots who flew planes with red tails in World War II. Time right now is 6:09. Coming up, it's a story right up Leah's alley. Could cows hold the answer to coronavirus? We'll tell you why one Iowa company says it could have the key.
And coming up, we're going to tell you why it might be the right time to buy a house, if you can get a little creative. Thanks so much for joining us for News 3 Now this morning. We are back after a quick break.
Happy 4th of July Super Sale, happening this week at the Brothers Maine. Come in now for more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We make upgrading your home more convenient at Maine with up to 18 months of 0% financing and expert-free delivery. Get more at the 4th of July Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. And happy birthday, USA, from the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV.
Well, I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, and we love Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we get exclusive access to premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-976-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps and a free modem.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-976-4499.
The Leadership Development Program is designed for people who at some point intend to become supervisors. It would open the doors for you for a lot of different types of positions where you're going to have people reporting to you. The number one reason I would say students should come to Blackhawk Tech is that they're going to get a great education from great instructors who understand, make the learning more applicable to them, a real quality education at a very reasonable cost.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
We are continuing to track breaking news overnight at this hour. You're taking a live look at Spanham Avenue and Ruth Street. This is just a couple of blocks from La Follette High School. That's where police say they found a total of 45 bullet casings after a house was shot at just before 1 this morning. One of those bullets hit a crib inside the house. 2 adults and a child were inside at the time. Nobody was hurt, thankfully. MPD's Violent Crimes Unit is investigating this shooting this morning. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Also new this morning, Madison police are looking for your help finding out who fired a gun at another car on East Washington Avenue. Officers were called to East Wash at First Avenue yesterday for reports of shots fired. Witnesses say people in a red sedan were seen shooting at a light-colored sedan at that intersection. Both cars were gone by the time police got there, but bullet casings were found in the road. The red sedan was later found. It was abandoned near Troy Drive at North Point Drive.
It's been a violent weekend in many of our major surrounding cities. The Milwaukee Police Department says it's investigating 6 different shootings that happened overnight Saturday into Sunday. A total of 12 people were injured. No one has died, but at least one person is fighting for their life this morning. This comes as Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett said last week homicides in that city are up by 100% this year.
In Chicago, 1 person is dead and 5 others hurt after someone shot a gun into a crowd of people that were setting off fireworks. It happened just after 1 o'clock this morning. Police say the group was lighting fireworks on a sidewalk on the city's west side when a white vehicle drove up and someone started shooting. A 20-year-old woman died at the hospital after being hit in the head and stomach. Police are still investigating.
The Coast Guard says it will change its basic training due to the coronavirus. This summer, there will be no haircuts, no drills, and no running as a group from place to place. This is all in an effort to stay distanced. New cadets will spend the first 2 weeks of basic training isolated in their barracks while learning about their duties and the history of the Coast Guard. Physical training will begin once that quarantine ends. 6:14 now, a biotech company in Iowa says it could hold the key to help fight the coronavirus.
Yeah, they say antibodies from cows could help slow the spread of infection in humans. Dairy farmers at Cinnamon Ridge in Donahue, Iowa have been using their cows to make the antibodies. An Iowa veterinarian explains how it works.
They engineer the animals so that they actually produce human immune cells. And then basically they're vaccinating those cows with COVID and then turning around and collecting the plasma from those cows and getting the antibodies.
So experts say this is all safe for the cows, and the antibodies will be able to be given to humans and have a quick impact. The biotech company involved plans to begin clinical trials in the coming months.
All right, I will save you all.
Spare the cow puns.
Spare you the cow puns, but suffice it to say they were legendary. Legendary.
Oh my gosh.
No one's laughing.
She lied to us.
Reese thinks it's funny. Chris, help me out here.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Still going to be another hot one out there, folks. We are looking at more alert days as we go through the week ahead for the heat and the humidity. So if you haven't been ready for that already, which surely you are, given how hot things have been since last week, well, get ready for that. Heat indices will be actually a little bit warmer this week into the low 100s instead of the upper 90s. Now, today's heat index will be into the upper 90s again, but tomorrow we really begin to notice those warmer temperatures as they make it closer to the 100-degree mark. By the time we get you towards Wednesday, I'm expecting them to exceed the 100-degree mark. We're going to be watching showers and thunderstorms develop later on this afternoon. It'll be very few, and most of that will likely be towards our north and east. Tomorrow, we'll have the better chance to see those coming our direction. They will once again be into the afternoon and evening. Mosquito there. But we'll see them a little bit more widespread as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening as well. There are multiple storm chances in the forecast. We'll time those out coming up just after the half hour at 6:30.
Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:17 now. Coronavirus concerns didn't stop plenty of people from getting out on the water for that holiday weekend.
Coming up, whether it was here in Madison or up north, boat rental companies say they had a hard time keeping up with demand. Actually, the story's right now. So this was the scene over the weekend.
It's a Monday, Chris.
I know. I'm not as sharp as you are with all your cow puns this morning.
What can I say? Nobody is.
I gotta step my game up. So check out Lake Dubay, not too far from my hometown of Stevens Point here. There's a boat rental company up there that says they took 300 calls from people looking to get out on the lake this weekend. While the virus has pushed a lot of people indoors, boat rental companies say it's pretty easy to stay distanced out on the water.
I think it gave a lot of release to the boating thing because it's something that you can just kind of get away.
So it wasn't just the holiday weekend that was busy for boat companies. They say they've seen a spike in business over the past few weeks because of the heat wave.
We didn't see too many people out on the river, to be honest. We were socially distant in our canoes. I didn't see a lot of boaters.
Interesting, yeah. For a place like Lake Dubay, I would see that. There aren't a ton of huge lakes in that part of Wisconsin. Lake Dubay is definitely a big attraction, so not a huge surprise. As long as people are staying safe, that's all right.
True. 6:18 now. With record unemployment and a volatile stock market, you might think buying a home would be the last thing you want to do right now. But as Consumer Reports explains, this actually could be the right time to buy.
For more than a year, Seth and Renee Belber have been talking about selling their home for something with a little more space. Despite there being a global pandemic, they've decided now is the time to hit the market.
We had been a little reluctant to pull the trigger, but after talking to our agent a couple weeks ago, she explained that now is as good a time as any.
Although navigating today's real estate market may be tricky, Consumer Reports says there may be some benefits to buying a home now.
If you're secure in your job and you've got some savings, it's actually not a
bad time to buy. There are going to be opportunities that probably didn't exist even just a few months ago.
The first benefit, low interest rates. An average 30-year fixed mortgage rate this past April was just under 3.5%. That's the lowest on record since 1971. Remember that your credit score will dictate whether or not you can get that best possible rate. Another benefit, lower competition. Mortgage applications have declined by 35% since the first week of March, which may mean there are fewer buyers in the market right now. But the question remains, how can you shop for and maybe even buy a home while social distancing? CR says it might be easier than you think.
The irony is that the real estate market has actually been moving towards a sort of remote or digital experience for years. So skilled realtors can go tour a house for you with their phones. You can really get a sense for the house before you even have to go inside.
You'll most likely want to step foot in the home before buying. Although rules are changing, follow social distancing guidelines, avoid open houses, and make sure your realtor arranges a private showing just for you. As for the Belbers, they'll continue their home search with a little persistence and patience.
Yeah, 13.
6:20 coming up next. Odds are you've had a virtual meeting or two over the past few months and maybe seen some questionable things in the background of your peers. Coming up, a Twitter feed that's trying to get everyone to up their game.
You want to check that out. Plus, coming up in our next half hour, new numbers are showing just how big the racial disparities are when it comes to coronavirus infections. We'll dive deeper into those numbers. Stay with us. News 3 Now This Morning is back after the break.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At SHOPKO Optical, your eyes are everything to us too, which is why we offer everything to help you see better and look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're SHOPKO Optical. You'll see. Right now, get 50% off frames with any lens purchase.
For 45 years, Affordable Dentures and Implants has created affordable access to dental care.
And we're proud to have helped millions of people improve their smiles.
Our number one priority is always being the health and the well-being of our patients and staff.
So, we're taking extra precautions to welcome you to a safe and clean environment.
Because we want you to go ahead and smile.
Affordable Dentures and Implants. We can't wait to see you.
What do you think of when you hear custom built in the USA? Superior quality, skilled craftsmanship, built to last? At Renewal by Andersen, our windows are custom built in the USA. That's something each and every one of us is proud of. We're proud of what we do, and we're proud of where we do it. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
TSR Concrete Coatings is the nation's largest residential concrete coating company, proudly serving homeowners throughout Wisconsin. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than regular epoxy and won't chip, crack, or peel. They're impact resistant and UV stable. Our unique process begins with a base coat to seal cracks and level the surface, then flakes in the color pattern of your choice. A top coat is applied for a durable, finished floor that can be installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to save 15% on your concrete coating project. Ask about 12 months, same as cash financing. TSR Nation is growing by the day with satisfied customers throughout Wisconsin, and we want you to be a part of it. As a special bonus, call during this program and receive a free TSR swag pack with your concrete coating project. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
General Heating and Air Conditioning. Our large fleet of service vehicles are nearby, and our mobile fabrication shops allow us to save you time and money. When your home comfort system needs servicing or replacing, turn to the experts at Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and we're starting out your week with a double rainbow.
Double rainbow.
Giving you a little bit of luck, maybe a pot of gold.
Twice the luck.
Love it.
Great picture. Rain, thanks for sending it in. What are you up to in the morning? Snap a picture, post it on our social media, use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and we'll pick our favorites and show them to you here on the TV.
Indeed, we will. All right, the coronavirus has meant a new way of doing things for a lot of us over the last few months, and you might have noticed, includes a lot more virtual meetings.
This is pretty funny. It's also changed the way that we do news, the way we do interviews. You've probably noticed a lot more interviews being done virtually, right? So there's a website, Twitter account actually, that's having some fun with it, rating the backgrounds of folks that they see being interviewed on the TV. Rate My Skype Room gives a rating on a scale of 0 to 10 based on things like lighting, framing, and of course, the decor in the background.
Okay, here are a couple of our producers' favorites. Producer James found this guy for us, a positive one, 9 out of 10 for this background for its perfectly placed pillows, art, and books. Quite elegant.
Yeah, it's very nice, not very distracting.
Chris Reese likes it.
So there are some bad ones too. Read the caption here. Crap room.
Yeesh.
Yeah. A bit harsh.
Move.
0 out of 10? Man.
These will keep you giggling for hours on end. I'm not kidding. So take a peek at this one. Not even our colleagues at CBS are safe.
Mo Rocca's room. Come on.
CBS Sunday Morning's Mo Rocca, in case you don't recognize him, getting a tough review. 1 out of 10 for the dark and empty room behind him. Redo Mo Rocca.
How did the room before get a 0 out of 10 and this gets 1 out of 10?
Yeah, Mo Rocca. So in case you didn't know, Mo Rocca and Mark Cain have a bit of like a rivalry. They'll talk as they preview Sunday morning.
Oh, is that right?
They go back and forth. It gets a little tense.
I'll have to check that out.
So we'll have to tell Mark about this. Chris Reese, I'm hoping that your setup at home is a little better than this.
It is. I have a nice kitchen as my background, but I have OCD, so everything's staged.
I'm sure it looks lovely.
Yes. All right, here's a beautiful sunrise that we have outside right now. 69, we're heating up to 91.
All right, thanks, Chris. We'll be right back. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Cross something important off your list. Free installation on all windows, siding, and doors. And no interest for 1 year. The biggest sale of the year is here.
Free installation ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
This summer, get back to where you belong, along 60 miles of beautiful wide-open beaches, where family vacations have never been so much fun. With every sunrise and each high tide, the beach is calling you to raise your spirits, make you smile, and bring your family closer together. So stop dreaming and start booking, because we can't wait for you to get here. Visit Myrtle Beach and discover why happiness comes in waves.
Incredible deals, huge markdowns, plus free doorstep shipping on everything. What a sale. The 4th of July sale at Slumberland Furniture.
If someone came to you and asked, what are you invested in? Would your answer be about mutual funds and money markets? Or would it be mutual relationships and farmers markets? Maybe both. At Thrivent, we believe money is a tool, not a goal. And with the right guidance, it can afford you a life rich in meaning and gratitude. By gaining financial clarity today, you can thrive with purpose tomorrow. Talk to a Thrivent financial professional or visit Thrivent.com.
Lately, we've found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
The coronavirus is surging in Wisconsin and across the country, but it's hitting certain groups a lot harder. See if you and your family are more at risk here in southern Wisconsin.
The heat index has been the focus of the forecast, but we could also be tracking some showers and thunderstorms.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, here on a Monday. So Hattie McLean's going to be out for a little while. Send her and her family your love. She lost her father over the weekend to esophageal cancer. So Chris Reese is going to be filling in for the next few days at least.
Yeah, we're certainly going to be thinking of her. She will be off this week. Sounds like next week as well. So if you have some time, maybe send her a message. I know she would really appreciate it. All right, we want to get right to some breaking news this morning. We've been following this all morning. Let's take a live look now at a scene where a home was shot at multiple times. Within the last half hour, we have learned this is the same house targeted in another shooting. That one happened Saturday night. Now, this is at the intersection of Spanham Avenue and Ruth Street, not too far from La Follette High School. Police aren't sure if it's the same people targeting the home in both instances. In this morning's shooting, police found 45 shell casings. One of the bullets even hit a crib. 2 adults and some kids were inside at the time. Luckily, no one was hurt. This investigation is still very much active this morning.
Coronavirus still a big story today. The DHS will release its latest numbers later today, following record-breaking numbers over the holiday weekend. More than 10% of coronavirus cases came back positive both Saturday and Sunday. They've been at that 4 or 5% mark for the last week. 79% of the state's more than 31,000 cases have recovered. So doctors at UW Health this morning have some advice for you if you're worried that you were exposed over the weekend. They say you should keep in contact with the people you hung out with over the weekend or the people you will see in the next few weeks. This way you can keep track of who you've been exposed to. They recommend waiting about 5 days before you get tested. The Alliant Energy Center is still offering free testing 6 days a week. That'll run until at least August 31st.
A lot of people taking social distancing measures very seriously because of the virus, but for partygoers in Michigan, it seems like any other 4th of July. Take a look at this new video just in this morning. You can see a lot of people at the Diamond Lake Sandbar were not following social distancing, and you can't see a single visible mask. An organizer says even though there were a lot of people out on the lake, the turnout still wasn't as big as it usually is. Michigan, by the way, is one of the 37 states seeing an increase in cases, but it's not nearly as severe as what we're seeing in other parts of the country. Texas, California, Florida, and Arizona are all breaking their own records. Florida averaging more new cases per day than any other state at nearly 8,000 daily cases. The state now has 200,000 confirmed cases. That's up from just 61,000 a month ago. They have seen nearly 60,000 cases just this past week alone.
President Trump will hold his next campaign rally this weekend, and this time it'll be outdoors. The Saturday rally will be in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. The Trump campaign says it'll provide access to hand sanitizer and will give masks to attendees, which they're strongly encouraged to wear. This comes 2 weeks after his campaign relaunched in Oklahoma, where at least 8 campaign staff members tested positive for COVID-19.
We've been reporting on how Black and Latinx communities are disproportionately impacted by the pandemic, but new data shows just how extreme that difference is. The New York Times sued the CDC for this federal data on the virus broken down by race. It shows Latinx and African American residents are 3 times as likely to get the coronavirus as their white neighbors. They're also twice as likely to die from it. Here's what that looks like in Wisconsin. In Dane County, black folks make up 37 cases per 10,000. That's compared to 9 white people. In Rock County, Latinos make up 103 cases per 10,000. Black people make up 59, white make up 15. The data only includes cases, though, through the end of May. It does not reflect this recent surge we've seen.
Today marks 4 years since a former Minnesota police officer shot and killed Philando Castile during a traffic stop. In the time since his death, his mother has been fighting for reform. She'll see some of that take form today when she joins the Minnesota Department of Public Safety to announce changes to its policies. Her son was killed after telling the officer that he was legally carrying a gun. The changes will be made to the Minnesota Driver's Manual for drivers legally carrying guns. It includes guidance on what drivers should do and should not during a traffic stop and what to expect from law enforcement. And right now, three of the four former Minneapolis police officers charged in George Floyd's death are now out on bond. Tu Tao is the most recent release, posting a $750,000 bond over the weekend. Thomas Lane and J. Alexander King were released last month for the same amount. All three face counts of aiding and abetting in that case. Derek Chauvin is still in jail, facing second-degree unintentional murder and second-degree manslaughter charges. He's being held on a $1 million bond.
In Kentucky, lawyers for Breonna Taylor's family say her shooting is the result of an operation to clear out her block for a major gentrification makeover. According to the Courier-Journal, new court documents say a police squad deliberately misled narcotics detectives to target her home in Louisville, leading them to believe they were after some of the city's largest violent crime and drug rings. A city spokeswoman says those allegations are outrageous. Officers shot and killed the 26-year-old EMT in her home while she was sleeping back in March.
2 people are recovering this morning after they were struck by lightning at the beach over the weekend. It happened in Clearwater, Florida. Fire and Rescue says that 2 men were struck while trying to get off the beach. A 37-year-old has serious injuries, and a 43-year-old who was just feet away is stable this morning and able to walk.
6:35 your time now. Mr. Chris Reese is tracking Tropical Storm Edward. He formed overnight in the North Atlantic. Chris, what's it looking like now?
I can tell you it's still looking like a tropical storm. That's one thing is for sure. But the other thing it's looking like is what is known as a fish storm. This will not impact us. It will instead head out to sea. But here it is right here over the North Atlantic. I want to zoom out just to show you how far away it is from the American shoreline there in the western part of your screen. But this will continue to move north and east and eventually weaken as it comes over colder waters. So there's nothing colder about this forecast as we continue to sizzle in this spicy heat that we've had lately. We have alert days in the forecast going all the way to Thursday. In fact, heat indices could be above 100, especially as we move into tomorrow and the day after. The heat index today will likely top out into the upper 90s. Will cool down overnight, of course, and then tomorrow we have a better chance of seeing that heat index make it into the 100s. It is going to be downright humid as we get into tomorrow, but we will see a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms. But I'm intentionally focusing on ways that you can beat the heat if you especially have to be outdoors. And one of the things that's important is wearing light-colored and loose-fitting clothing, folks. And drink water always when you can. Make sure that you avoid the alcohol and the caffeine because the water is best. Also, check on the pets and check the back seat. We hear these stories every summer of something happening here. And what I want to focus on is this thermometer. When your outside temperature goes up to 90, which is what we're expecting, that is when your car heats up like an oven. Within an hour, you are at temperatures over 130 degrees in your car. Within 10 minutes, you're at close to 110 degrees in your car. And we're keeping this heat around. Above normal temperatures are expected for, at a minimum, the next 2 weeks around here. That being said, our relief from the heat comes in the form of showers and thunderstorms whenever they happen. Right now, we've been all dry. We continue to stay dry. There was one shower that popped up near Black River Falls. That's now out of here. Hazy sunshine on the horizon. We're at 69 and there is no wind. We've been in this stale, stagnant pattern without the wind for days. That's sticking around as we go through at least the next couple. 74, good morning, by the way, in Monroe right now. Good morning to Janesville and all the folks in Rock County. Good morning up towards Marquette and Green Lake counties. Places like Westfield. We're all seeing these temperatures into the upper 60s and low 70s. We heat on up. This is 11:30. Check these temperatures into the upper 80s already. Keep in mind the feels like temperatures are going to be a lot warmer at this point. So I'll be in the AC by 11:30. Showers and thunderstorms, if they pop up, their best chance to pop up is just after lunchtime. So check the clock. It's 2:30 here and we start to see these showers and thunderstorms bubble bubbling up. Temperatures top out right around 91. But the better chance to see the showers and thunderstorms, that's going to come tomorrow. We're starting off the morning right around 70. And then here we are into tomorrow afternoon when those showers and thunderstorms begin to pop up. This is when they have the best chance to be a little bit more numerous. And once again, we'll see those temperatures into the low 90s. It's low 90s through Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday is the hottest day of the forecast at 93. Sunday is the coolest at 85.
It's not very cool.
Nope.
Thanks anyway, Chris.
Good observation.
So as hospitals and clinics get back to regularly scheduled appointments, doctors say keeping up on your child's health visits is just as important.
Amanda Quintana has more in this week's Time for Kids segment.
For many families, routine checkups and vaccinations were pushed to the side during the pandemic as parents were too nervous to go to the hospital. But now Dr. Dan Beardmore says doctors are taking all the necessary steps to keep you and your kids safe during doctor's visits. While COVID-19 is still a concern, kids could get sick from other diseases that are preventable by vaccines.
Still want you to come in for your routine checkups, especially in the younger ages, infants and toddlers, because the risk of getting an illness that we could prevent with a vaccine is also real. And we want to do what we can to prevent that as well.
He says parents of student athletes also need to think about if they're due for a sports physical. The WIAA is allowing a 1-year exemption, but if your child is new to a sport or it's been more than 2 years since their last physical, an in-person visit is required so a doctor can listen to their heart. Even if your child isn't due for vaccines or a sports physical, Dr. Beardmore says it's important for them to see a doctor at least every 2 years. And in that case, many doctors are even doing telehealth visits, so you should check and see if that's an option.
Amanda Quintana reporting there. So as many parents continue to work from home, the challenge of juggling jobs with raising kids is becoming a lot more complicated. New surveys find that parents' workload has increased dramatically, but moms are taking most of the burden. Before the pandemic, working moms already did more child care and housework than their male counterparts. The pandemic has only widened that gap. One survey found working moms now spend 15 more hours than working dads on child care and household chores per week.
I'll be interested to see how this changes, how this problem perhaps grows once the school year starts.
Yeah, guys, we need to step it up. Dads out there, we got to balance this out. It's not just on the moms. We got to do our part too. So use that data as a point to make more of an effort. And the moms out there deserve just as much credit. Anytime like dads do something, they're like, oh, good for people are like, you're always praising the dads, but give the moms some love too. I mean, they're busting their butts out there.
Chris's wife is watching right now, just wiping a tear of pride away from her eye. Preach, Chris.
No, it's a serious deal, and those hardworking moms out there deserve a lot of the credit as well.
Very good point.
More right now than the dads do, considering those new surveys.
For
15
sure.
hours more a week. That's
Quite
not
the
fair.
difference, yeah.
So if you thought this weekend was hot, it's not going to get much better. Chris Reese is monitoring how long we could see 90-degree temperatures in his forecast and when we could see some relief.
And if you're worried about your kids' social skills while they socially distance, your pets could be the answer. We'll explain. That's coming up after the break.
People who fight for what's right. For us, that means fighting for you when an accident has turned your life upside down.
Reflect on this. You can have a lasting career in one of today's hottest fields with an online degree from Herzing University. Recognized, accredited, experienced, with more than 90% student satisfaction. Plus, Herzing is transfer friendly. Apply now and pay no enrollment fee. A degree from Herzing University. It's a nice reflection on you. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help.
With over 40 filtration systems, all NSF certified, including the world's best softener, no one filters more than Culligan water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
Rogan's Shoes retail stores are now open. When you visit Rogan's, we'll be practicing good social distancing for the protection of all customers and employees. If you would like to limit contact and have curbside pickup, just call your local store to set it up. If you prefer to shop online, Rogan's Shoes would like to remind you our website is open and we are still offering free shipping. Rogan's wants to help by providing you the best solution possible for your family. Selection, service, and savings. That's Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
At Papa Murphy's, we need seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
On the next Live at 4, everybody is talking about and watching the new Hamilton movie on Disney+.
Does it live up to the original Broadway production? Our film critic Will Loper will tell us what he thinks.
Trust us to get it right.
To keep you prepared.
When severe weather is on the way.
And your family's safety is on the line.
Our team and technology are ready to help you stay safe.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now.
Here's a question for you. Can your significant other help you lose your quarantine 15?
I would not suggest asking your partner right now. Bit of a loaded question, right? But researchers at UW are hoping to find out. There's an actual concern for recent weight gain, with folks being more sedentary at home or maybe losing access to their gym. So UW Health is launching a new study called Partner to Lose. So they're actively recruiting couples or just friends to test how your partner might help you lose weight. If you're interested, you have through August 31st to sign up. We'll put a link to that study over on channel3000.com. Chris Stanford's face, a little concerned here.
I don't know, how would you feel if Zach was like, hey, do you want to do this study? It
would you like
help
to
you lose
some
15
weight?
pounds.
So after Christmas, we both kind of turned to each other and we were like, so do you want to start working out? But we took it well. We took it in stride.
Yeah.
Quarantine 15, Chris Reese. I mean, I don't know. I think I would take that a little personally.
Lightly.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question. All right, a lot of parents are worried about their kids losing social and emotional skills while they are socially distancing during the pandemic. One way to help that could be getting a dog. Australian researchers looked at data from 1,600 homes with kids between the ages of 2 and 5. They found that kids who had a dog had better social and emotional well-being than those without one.
Did you guys have dogs growing up?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
We turned out okay.
Did we? It's another loaded question.
Jury's still out on that one.
Chris Reese, your family got you one when your sister went off to college, is that right?
Yeah, so my sister went off to college. I'd always wanted a dog to begin with. And then she went off to college and I complained about being an only child now.
Aww.
And so finally, for Christmas, I got a dog. It's a great puppy.
I mean, if you're looking for a reason, there you go.
It helps. It helped me.
Yeah, my kids love having a dog. I'm glad that they've got, animals. It helps teach them responsibility too. That's part of it.
Very good point.
That I really like. All right, we are trying to break out of this warming pattern here that we've just been stuck in now for a couple of weeks, it seems like. Or is it just me? Is that timing even close?
We've been stuck in it for what feels like forever. It's been a couple of weeks at least. It will continue to be another couple of weeks at least. Doppler track is all dry for us. We are watching the sun get higher on the horizon. We're at 69 right now. Dew points are into the mid-60s. 74. Good morning in Monroe right now. Good morning to Lone Rock at 70. Good morning to Juneau at 71. Here's how the heat index responds as we go throughout the day. It's upper 90s, and then tomorrow we'll see those heat indices into the low 100s. What you're starting to see right in here, though, is the chance for showers and thunderstorms to cool us off as we move into tomorrow afternoon. We're going to watch that closely. There's a shower and thunderstorm chance this afternoon. It's just a bit less than what we'll see tomorrow. There we are, though, at lunchtime, though. Temperatures are at 87, and here you are. That's when the chances for showers and thunderstorms begin to pop up. Not everyone will see them, but nonetheless, they'll be there.
All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. 6:48 now, and coming up in the morning sprint, another celebrity throwing his hat into the ring for president, but he is at a major disadvantage. We'll tell you who it is and why he's behind.
But first, it's July 6th. We want to say happy birthday to Aubrey and all the kiddos out there turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
What do you think of when you hear custom built in the USA? Superior quality, skilled craftsmanship, built to last? At Renewal by Andersen, our windows are custom built in the USA. That's something each and every one of us is proud of. We're proud of what we do, and we're proud of where we do it. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It just gives you such a boost of confidence.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something on the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
I want a client who comes in to feel comfortable and to know that their case is in good hands so they can relax and get on with their life as best as they can and let me do the fighting for them. That's how I want them to feel.
Gingras, Thompson, and Walks. They're the best-kept secrets of Madison's concerts on the square.
Hi, I'm Andrew Sewell, Music Director of the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. Join us as we get closer to the musicians who make concerts on the square something special.
Wednesdays on Live at 4.
.652, time for the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Chris Reese tracking a couple of alert days in the forecast starting today, Chris.
That's right. Today is just one of 4 more alert days in the forecast. Keep in mind we had 2, Saturday and Sunday. That is all a part of the heat and the humidity that we continue to deal with. Heat indices will likely make it into the low 100s, especially as we get towards tomorrow. Just this afternoon, heat indices will be well into the 90s, perhaps upper 90s, but it's tomorrow that we have the best shot at seeing those heat indices make it to 100. Thankfully, tomorrow afternoon, we could see a few showers of thunderstorms.
And we're following an update to breaking news. A live look here at a scene where a home was shot multiple times. Within the last half hour, we have learned that this house is the same one targeted in another shooting that happened Saturday night. This is at the intersection of Spanham Avenue and Ruth Street, not too far from La Follette High School. Police aren't sure if it's the same people targeting the home in both instances. In this morning's shooting, police found 45 shell casings, which came from a handgun and a rifle. At the time of the shooting, adults and kids were inside. No one was hurt. In addition to the home, 2 cars were also shot.
The DHS will release new numbers today following record-breaking coronavirus figures over the holiday weekend. More than 10% of cases in Wisconsin came back positive both Saturday and Sunday. They had been in the 4% range for most of last week. 79% of the state's more than 31,000 cases have recovered.
Doctors at UW Health have some advice for you if you think you were exposed to the virus over the weekend. They say you should keep in contact with the people you hung out with or the people you will see in the next few weeks. This way you can keep track of who you've been exposed to. They recommend waiting about 5 days before you get tested.
More than 200 scientists are expected to publish an open letter today asking the World Health Organization to be more transparent about how the coronavirus can spread in the air. Health experts have warned even tiny droplets from your mouth or nose can linger in the air and still have a serious impact on your lungs. Wearing a mask, though, could reduce that risk.
A suspected case of the bubonic plague is being evaluated in China. The plague is the disease that caused the Black Death pandemic. It was reported yesterday northwest of Beijing. The plague causes painful swollen lymph nodes as well as fever, chills, and coughing. A citywide warning is now in place and will last until the end of the year.
New this half hour, the border between Australia's 2 most populous states will close tomorrow indefinitely. It's the first time the border between New South Wales and Victoria has been shut down in 100 years. The number of cases in Melbourne, Victoria's capital, is surging. That's prompting stricter social distancing orders in suburbs and a complete lockdown for people in public housing.
New data shows Black and Latinx communities are being hit harder by the pandemic than was once thought. Latino and African-American residents are 3 times as likely to get the virus as their white neighbors, but also twice as likely to die from it. Here's what that looks like in Wisconsin. In Dane County, black folks make up 37 cases per 10,000 compared to 9 white folks. In Rock County, Latinos make up 103 cases per 10,000. Black folks make up 59, and white people make up 15.
These are things that are opening all of our eyes, and some of us don't know how to deal with it.
Between the pandemic's disproportionate impact on black people and recent cases of police brutality, the last few months have been challenging for African Americans. A new survey finds anxiety and depression spiked for black people after police killed George Floyd. 41% reported significant signs of mental health concerns, but mental health resources can be hard to come by. The cost of therapy and a shortage of black therapists are barriers.
The U.S. Supreme Court will issue at least one more decision today. Bloomberg News reports the justices have 8 remaining cases. They heard those cases in virtual sessions in May because of the coronavirus outbreak. Among the cases are President Trump's financial records, access to free birth control, and religious rights cases. It'll be the first time giving opinions in July since 1996.
Kanye West says he's running for president this year, but he hasn't actually taken any of the necessary steps yet. He's already missed the deadline to file as an independent candidate in many states. The rapper tweeted his announcement on the 4th of July, saying it's time to realize the promise of America.
4 alert days in that forecast for the heat and the humidity. Shower and thunderstorm chances increase tomorrow afternoon especially.
All right, thanks, Chris, and thank you for watching, folks. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.